Welcome to my indoor rower repair shop. I'm going to show you some of the things that I do to prepare the indoor rowers for winter training. Basic maintenance things, looking for problems before they become problems, so that we minimize our downtime, so that we can maximize our practices. Here we go. The first thing you want to do is find a space that you can work unimpeded. It won't take you too long to do these steps. It might take you half hour or so, tops, maybe 15 minutes, more likely. But you want to have a little bit of space, you want to have a little bit of room that you can spread out and take your time. So if we hit the monitor or the menu button, it'll come up and you'll see down here, more options, hit that, and utilities, and battery, and 67%. Not too bad. If it was under 30, I might change the batteries and then keep the batteries that I've taken out of this machine as extras, but you just play that by what works best for you. PM3, PM4, a little bit different, but it will give you the same, screen, and you can get there pretty close to the same way. Now the next step is to check your software, make sure it's up to date. So again, you'll go to the main screen, come down, more options, utilities, it will have product ID. Again, this is for a PM5. Your screen may look a little bit different, but it's about the same. You hit that, and then you can see, you'll see here, PM5 firmware update, or PM5 firmware version number 20. That may be up to date, but I'm not sure. So to find out, what I'm going to do is I've installed the Concept 2 utility on my computer, my laptop. I'll plug that in, and that will check to see if I'm updated or not. So let me show you what you can do with your glass cleaner and the green scrubby and a paper towel. It'll make a world of difference. Foot stretchers are a key component of an indoor rower. So you want to give them an inspection, make sure they're okay. Make sure that there's no tears in these holes for the adjustment on the feet. Make sure the straps are not worn and they work properly. They slide in and out of the buckle easily. And the heels especially are in good shape. Just because it's a foot stretcher, don't assume that it doesn't need to be cleaned. A couple of squirts. Treat them better. You can see a bunch of dirt that is now not on the rower. The handle does get a lot of wear and tear. The first thing you want to do with the handle is you want to inspect it. You want to look for any rips or cracks. And then look up here. I call this a universal joint here. You want to just make sure that's good. And then also right here, you can see you've got two nuts going through there on bolts. You want to make sure those are tight. These get a lot of grime from hand oil on it. They just pick up a lot of dirt. So what I'll do is I'll use the glass cleaner. So you're going to put some oil on the chain. What a lot of people do will put a couple of drips on it and leave it like that. What I like to do instead, I like to take a paper towel and put some on the paper towel, about a teaspoon, and then I'll put the chain, hold it, and run it like this. And really pull it and run it out. That way, the oil will get all the way down, all the way into the mechanism. You can see just from that simple motion, get some pretty good grease off of that. Drag factor is something very important that you should adjust when rowing on the erg. Simple to do. Just go to more options, press the button, and it will pop right up. Display drag factor. And you hit the button, and it says row to display the drag factor. So taking very easy strokes, what you'll see is that number will pop up. And that number relates to the load that I feel. And it'll bounce around a little bit, but if you stay steady, you'll get a pretty decent idea. All right, so we're gonna call that about 136. And that relates to the setting here, to your fan setting. And if you want it to feel heavier, you put up the fan. If you want it to feel lighter, you put down the fan. So for example, with this same erg on 10, when it was on 5, I was getting about 136. Now that it's on 10, let's see what we get. It should feel heavier. As you can see now, it definitely is a heavier drag, which means it's a heavier load on me. The last thing to do before the erg is ready to go out to be used is tighten up the fasteners. They do get loose, and that's part of just the wear and tear that goes with the machine. So you might need one or two tools depending on the age. For example, one will use a 5-point Allen wrench, and another will use a star tool like this. I don't know if you could see the difference there. But depending on the age of the machine, when it was made, will depend on will determine which tool that you use. So there you go. I just did a lot of pre-maintenance on the ergs, and took about 15, 20 minutes maybe per erg. However, that could save us, I figure, that could save us a lot of time in the future. One erg broken down during a practice when you really need it can really mess things up, and you'll end up spending a lot more time. Very simple tools. All I used was Windex, a green scrubby, paper towels, Phillips screwdriver, and the star wrench, or star driver for the ergs that have those, and Allen wrench, right? Here's the list that I used. You can download a copy of this on my website, Max Rigging. It's very, very simple. Just go get it, print it out. Just so you know, a quick review: we did batteries, software update, clean the monorail, foot stretcher inspection, foot stretcher clean, handle inspection. We did the handle clean, inspect the seat, oil the chain, inspected the cage, set the drag factor, clean the inside of the cage. And I have not done this yet. I did not mark the cages for drag factor, but I will before we start practice. I just need somebody else to help me with that. You don't have to have somebody, but it's just easier. And then I tighten all the fasteners. You do those steps, and I think you'll find that your indoor rowing will go much better, because you'll have a lot less problems. You'll definitely increase the life of the machines. You'll reduce your hassle factor, and hopefully whoever's on the machine, whether it's you or somebody else, will find some enjoyment. There you go. I'm Mike from Max Rigging. Go fast.